Hey, what's up, Fit Fam? It's that time of the month again. Time to go over next month's Strength Club workouts for you. So we're gonna be moving into April now. I know this year's flying by. So let's get into it here. Let's talk about what we're gonna do now. We'll start with our ramping, but you can see the template. We're gonna be working our send-offs just like we did in March. It's gonna be slightly different, and I'll get into that in a second here. But everybody seemed to be doing pretty well with them, so we're gonna keep it going. I'll explain why once we get there. But we got our templates. You know how we're gonna work this. We have our ramping exercises to get started, then some power development, then we'll move into our strength training, which will be send-offs, and we'll have our finisher at the end for you. So for our ramping this month, we're gonna start with our hangs, of course. Again, great for grip strength, mobilizing, stretching out those shoulders, decompressing that spine. So just focus on your breathing. Obviously, you can use those legs when you need to as well, but really embrace the idea of just 30 seconds, focused breathing. And then I know it's not always an easy exercise for everybody, but you will get better at it the more intentional you get with your breathing on that exercise. And we're gonna match that up with our single leg Romanian deadlifts here. So great to get those glutes activated, working those hamstrings a little bit as well. So here we got, the inside hand is gonna hold, inside leg's going to be stepping back. Of course, if you need to, you keep that back foot on the floor like a kickstand. If you can, you keep that foot off the floor the entire time. If you haven't done this one with us before, start with just the bar, but you can add weight. You can also use that hammer sleeve. So we'll get 30 seconds in on one side. Again, that should be enough time to do somewhere between 5 and 10 reps. I don't want you to rush when you're doing that. I want you to take your time and focus on your form, but you don't have to go super slow with them either here. And then on the second set, we'll do the other leg. So we'll get 2 sets of each, 2 sets on those hangs. The second grouping here is going to be our half kneeling band chop and press. So again, this is where we're going to try to get those glutes activated, also get a hip flexor stretch here as well, and then get that core working here. So inside knee is going to be up, outside knees down on the floor here, and then you're going to rotate through that thoracic spine up toward that anchor point, pulling it down to your chest, and then pressing it out here. So again, the secret here, I guess the key would be making sure there's enough tension in that band, but not so much tension that you're not doing it well. So scoot away if you need to, but remember, once you pull it down to your chest, I want you to think about keeping those hands pulled down as you press that band out, because you're gonna wanna pull them up. That's what's gonna really get those abs working for you here as well. Squeezing that back glute tight. So we'll do one set in one direction. When we come back, we'll work the other side, and we're gonna match that up with some body saws or some army crawls here. So for that body saw, you can see here, feet on the sliders, glutes are squeezed tight, ribs tucked, glutes squeezed, ribs tucked, tailbone tucked here. Nice solid plank here. Even here I might say, hey Josh, get those hips down just a little bit lower if you can, but start with a small range of motion and then see what you can do here. Again, this is a lot of work for those abs and that lower back, so start small. Of course, if you need to, you just hold that plank position as well. The other option here is to work your army crawls, so one arm at a time here, back and forth. You can do a few steps forward, a few steps back. Again, at any point if you need to, hold that plank, but again, start with small steps and then see how you're feeling, and you can go a little bit bigger on those as you're feeling a little bit more comfortable. So we'll get 2 sets of those, 2 sets of the chop and lifts. And then that's it for our ramping.